Welcome to the Lotus Goddess Divine Love. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome back everyone. Welcome if you're new to my channel. I do Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame Journey Charm readings. And let's begin, and just keep in mind that this is a general reading. So I've already pulled out the charms, it's on the tray, and let's see what messages comes through. This divine masculine can't stop thinking about divine feminine. A lot of years may have passed by, a lot of months, a lot of years. They still can't get over you, divine feminine. This is something that they've been constantly thinking about. Something happened, and I see that something may have happened maybe recently or within the last year that you're not aware of. And some of you might have heard something, but I see it as that they think that you don't know. So I'm going to explain what I see here when it comes to divine masculine, divine feminine. In the past, you two had a really good relationship. When you two were together, it seemed very perfect, like everything was going well. Divine masculine really expressed their feelings to you, emotions. You felt the depth in that relationship, like you felt that this divine masculine was deeply in love with you. So the way that they were treating you, it's like as if they found their like dream come true. They really so this is not going to resonate for all, but I see that this is a divine masculine who really fell deeply in love with divine feminine here. So you might be asking, like, what's the problem then? Like, if these two were deeply in love, like, what happened? So in this reading, I see that this divine masculine was in a very good relationship with divine feminine, deeply in love. It was like it was mutual. Like you felt it, they felt it. Everything was perfect, basically. And then I see here that this divine masculine, they started to make some sort of excuse. I see here the messages about work excuses. They may have even said, I have to leave, I have to travel, my work is far away, something like that. But I see here work, business related conversation took place right before your separation, so before you two broke up. This separation came as a shock to you. You don't know what happened, why it happened. And I see here that you didn't see it coming at all. And divine masculine, they may have even left, like not only left the relationship, but they may have left that city or that state or that country, because I see here travel as well. So divine masculine, I see something about that travel here, so I'm going to talk about that a bit. So this travel, they knew that they were going to leave. This was not a surprise to them, but it was a surprise to you. This was well planned. They never intended to stay. You didn't know that they were going to leave. You didn't know that they were, some cases you didn't even know that they were from out of town. Like you didn't know that they didn't live there. When they were dating you, divine feminine, you may have felt like, why aren't they inviting me to their place, or why don't I get to meet their family or something like that. There was questions about, like, if you two are so close together, why is there like a little bit of a mystery about their life? And you knew that they were working, you knew that they had a car and things like that, but you didn't know that they were just there as a temporary, like they were there for work or business or something like that. So some of you had no idea that this masculine was not even from that area. So what they did was they left. They knew that they were leaving because they were returning home. Like maybe that contract or that job or whatever business thing that they had to deal with at the time, like maybe it ended and they had to go home. So so their stay was not there for a long period of time, but the time that they did spend with you, you believed that they were there for the long haul. You thought that this relationship was something that was going to last, something that will last for a long time, and that it would go to like the next stage, like a stronger commitment, like marriage or engagement, something like that. So why did this separation happen, and why did that distance create more of a distance? Like, why didn't masculine tell divine feminine about this return to home? Like, they could have told divine feminine that, hey, I'm not from here, like I live in a different area. I'm just here for work, or I'm just here for like a year and then I'm going back home. Like, they didn't say any of that stuff. And the reason being is because they didn't plan to stay um, in a relationship with you. So even though they were deeply in love with you, even though you felt it, they felt it, and for them it was like a dream come true. But then the reality of their life, it's like, I need to get back to reality. It's kind of like when somebody goes on like a beautiful vacation, like on a nice tropical place, and then they realize, okay, now I have to go back home, like my vacation's over. It's like back to 9 to 5, like back to reality, back to work. So that's what they felt this relationship was. It's like, I enjoyed my stay. I enjoyed the time I spent with Divine Feminine. It was like a paradise. It was something that felt like beautiful, a beautiful experience in life. But now I have to get back to reality. I need to get back home, back to my 9 to 5, back to my regular life. So there is this huge secret here that this divine feminine had no idea about, and I'm going to talk about it. So that's why it says this might not resonate for all. This is a divine masculine. When he says return back to home, that means he already has a home. That means he already has a family. This is a divine masculine who may have been married, may have had his own family. And when he met you, he didn't disclose this to you. He came across as a single person. He came across as somebody who was, independent, who was this, charming, single, independent, hardworking fellow. And Divine Feminine, you fell in love, they fell in love. But then I need to get back to reality. I have to return home. I have to return home to my family, my wife. So this is what happened here. So remember how in the beginning of the reading I mentioned that something had recently happened, either like recently, like very recent, or within the last like a few months or sometime this year? And this reading is showing as this divine masculine is now single. They're no longer that with that family, or with that person that they were with. So whether they were engaged or married, just take it as a resonate. They don't have to be married. Maybe they were together. Maybe they do have a family, but maybe they were not like legally married. Whatever the case may be, but this masculine is no longer with that person. And now I see that this masculine is thinking about you again. So in this reading, this divine feminine, you may not have known about masculine secret, about their secret life, like they basically have a different life. You may have wondered why this masculine suddenly disappeared when things start to get really serious between you two. And some of you did find out that this masculine has another life, and is actually in a relationship, a serious relationship with somebody else. So what happened was this divine feminine stepped back. Like the moment you found out, you did nothing. Like you're like, I'm not going to be a part of this. Though you had feelings for divine masculine, you felt it was very unfair for this divine masculine to hide this fact, this important part of their life from you. And this thing that happened between you two, it was very natural. I see that masculine naturally was drawn to you because you're their counterpart, and vice versa, right? It happened very naturally. But the difference between you and divine masculine is because you, divine feminine, you were in your single season and you openly accepted divine masculine, and divine masculine was not single at that time. And yet there was some deception here, because they made you believe that they were single at that moment when they were already in a committed relationship with someone else, and they already had a home somewhere else. Some cases they were not even from that area, their house is elsewhere. But now when this masculine is now in their single season, they're thinking about that moment, that time, that relationship they had with you. And at the time, they felt like their hands were tied. They couldn't do anything because they were already in a relationship. And it's like, I don't want to ruin what I currently have. So I'm just going to pretend that this relationship I had with Divine Feminine didn't happen. It's like they thought that if they just disappeared, that it would go away. Like the things that they did, their actions, the um the choices they made, it's like they feel like by leaving Divine Feminine without saying anything, without giving any kind of explanation, or by breaking the connection completely, like no communications, like if I break the communications, like as if it never happened. And they were hoping that it would just go away, like the memories would go away, the situation will just erase itself. But that didn't happen. What happened was, when this masculine returned home, this masculine's partner, whoever they are, whoever they were committed to, right? Whether it's their girlfriend, whether it was their wife, if they were married, whatever the case may be, this person is really smart. And they knew that this masculine was hiding something big. It's like, you have changed since you came back from your work trip or your work stay or whatever they were doing at that time, right? Whether it be business or whatever that career thing was. And this person really felt like this masculine was hiding something from them. It's like they had full trust when basically they allowed this masculine to go. When they said, okay, yeah, you have this important work business thing, you have to work away from home for a year. It's like, this person didn't want masculine to do that, but it's like eventually they said, okay, fine, you can go. And by doing that, they really trusted Divine Masculine. And Masculine didn't even expect that they would be in a relationship with Divine Feminine. They didn't expect to fall in love. They didn't expect to meet you. They didn't expect to experience that, but it happened. And it was divinely orchestrated. It was divine timing for this masculine to meet you at that time. But is it the reason why masculine and this partner of theirs separated? No, I don't think that's the main reason. I think it did contribute in some sort of way. But what I'm getting here is that it was written. Like, it's written. It was meant to be. Like, their separation was meant to take place. And that was just the thing that kind of like sparked it from happening. Like, it was the thing that started it. It was the thing that started it all. And it just grew from there, like more complications, more misunderstandings, more confusion, more distrust, dishonesty between masculine and that person. And the further and further these two pulled away from each other, the more this divine masculine was more eager to be with you. It's like that moment, that time that they spent with you. And it looks like that the way that they fell in love with you was very innocent. Like, they didn't expect that to happen. And when it started happening, they were scared. And I see here that they were scared because they knew that what they were doing was wrong. They knew that they had a relationship, and it's not like there's no reason to be in a relationship with you when they were in a relationship with someone else. That's not fair to the other person, and that's not fair to you, Divine Feminine. But they did that because they felt like it was out of their hands. It felt like the love that they started to experience with you was out of control, and that's because it's a divine connection. They had no control over their heart and their emotions and their feelings for you. It's like everything went blank. It's like their memories of their life with their partner, their other life, right? In their hometown town, it was like that was like erased for a moment. The moment they met you, it's like they forgot everything. They forgot their responsibilities. They forgot about the person they did commit to, right? And it looks like that the emotions that they felt, the love that they felt for you, it was innocent in the way it happened, but what they did by not telling you the truth, that was not innocent. That was, I mean, they did that on purpose. That was with intentions. Like, I don't want this person to know. Why? Because they were worried and scared that they would lose that connection with you, and they didn't want to lose that connection or that experience that they were having with you, because they were there for some time. I don't see that it was just like a weekend that they met you and then they went back home. No, this could have been like over a year that they were away from their actual home and they were working in your neighborhood, or whatever job that they had. They were there for maybe even more than a year, and so they had a long distance relationship with their partner while they were in a relationship with you. So they cheated on their partner with Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine was unaware of this. You didn't know that they were already taken, pretty much. Divine Feminine, you're completely innocent in this reading. You had no idea, okay? So if you ever think about, like, I wish I had known, I should have seen the signs, I should have taken things slower, if that ever came to your mind, there's no reason to blame yourself or to think that there's anything you could have done differently, because it was written in that way. You two were supposed to meet at the time, and then you two were meant to separate at that time. So that's what I see here. This Divine Masculine, when they went back home, again, so things started to fall apart with them and their partner. So in this reading, those two are officially separated, so on paper. So like they are no longer married, they're no longer in a committed relationship, they're no longer own a home together, those kind of things. Like, there's nothing that's keeping them connected in any way legally. Okay, so they are completely separate lives, right? So they're living separately now. And what I see here is that even the person that they've separated with has somebody else now. Like, their partner has already moved on. Like, I don't see them getting back together, and I don't see that person talking to masculine. It's like they know that it's over. So that's done, whatever that relationship was. I mean, like, even when they were in that relationship, I don't feel like it was something that was very stable. Like, there was no strong foundation there. And it could be because they were not in love with each other, because I'm getting that. Like, there was something there, they were not in love with each other. They may have married because they were friends, or maybe that they felt like, oh, it's that time, like, I'm getting older, like, I need to get married, and this person seems like a nice person, like, let's get married, that kind of thing. Like, there was something about their relationship doesn't feel like true love, and that's why it didn't work out. And that's why it was so easy for the other person to just disappear and leave with their new partner. And that's why it was like very natural for this Divine Masculine to fall in love with you, because they felt like this was the first time they had fallen in love with someone, because that's the relationship you two had. Like, it was a genuine divine connection, right? So it was very innocent. When it comes to the way it happened, like, Divine Masculine wasn't looking for love. They were not looking to get into a relationship, but it's just that they fell in love with you, and it's because you're their counterpart. But by them not telling you the truth, that's what made it a little bit more complicated. They are guilty of that. Like, they know that. They know that they were dishonest in that way, that they should have let you know, but they were scared, because by then you two were very close. Like, you two started to get serious, so they didn't want to lose you. So that's why yeah, it looks like that overall this Divine Masculine, like, their feelings for Divine Feminine was very genuine. They fell in love with you. They wish that you were the one they met first. Like, they wish that I should have met Divine Feminine first. I wish I had met Divine Feminine sooner. Like, Divine Feminine is the one. So now that this masculine is separated from their partner, now that they are like in full single season, they are thinking about Divine Feminine, but Have they reached out to Divine Feminine yet? I don't see any like reconnect yet in this reading, but I see here that they're thinking about you a lot. And they're thinking about it, is it possible? Like they're imagining how life would be if you two reconnected. And this Divine Masculine is not really sure if you have someone in your life or if you're in love with someone else or met someone new. They don't know that. But what they do know is that they want to give this another chance if there is a chance. But I think it's going to start off with the apology because they're going to share about what happened. It's like, I should have let you know, but by the time I wanted to tell you that I was already in another relationship, that I was already committed to someone, it was too late. I had already fallen deeply for you, and I didn't want to lose you at that time. So this is a reading for today. It looks like a very complicated um, situation, but this masculine, I see that they're single now, whoever this resonates for, and you may have heard about it too. So if you like this reading, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye.